And now we have audio. And that was it. Okay. Dang it, I did a whole song. I sang us. I opened with a whole parody of the Here We Are, Born to Be Kings thing. It's fine. It's fine. We're doing it live. Welcome. We're setting up the stream. We are about to kick off our Kentucky Derby themed build contest hosted by Dahlia and the Palias, which is a fun way to lengthen Dal Pals, over in the Blackwater district, which is way over there. Mahi Zero and Superstone, for people who care about me giving people actual credit, which is what I should be doing. Thank you, Kindless, for keeping me honest. I'm going to teleport myself over to Dahlia now. Doll Pals doesn't sound as good as Dal Pals, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Welcome to the Blackwater Outpost. Inspired by Red Dead Redemption, Dahlia, Superstone, and Mahi Zero are going to be hosting today's Parade Float Build Contest themed around the Kentucky Derby writ large and horses in general. So, everyone ready? We're going to put an hour on the clock. I put my phone in the other room to charge. There's a way to do this with my watch. Hold on. Reset. No, that's the stopwatch. We're going to use my actual watch this time, like a watch. Okay, timers, 17 minutes, 30 minutes. There's got to be a 1 hour setting on here. 1 hour. Starting now. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum ba bum 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 do do. All right, let's see what they built. We've got down here Mantua Maker seems to have worked on part of an ocean. No, I'm just kidding. This isn't actually a 30-second build contest. This is a 1 hour build contest. They still have 59 minutes and 24 seconds left to go. So we're going to see what they come up with today. In the meantime, I've actually got some issues with Let me move some windows around so I can read the chat easier. Welcome to the folks watching in the Twitch chat. I see Outrider, Crowned Paladin, Kevin, and Kindless over in the YouTube chat. Let's see what we've got. We've got Shalom and Melissa. Welcome, welcome. Oh man, it got cold in here. I turned off folding at home, which makes the computer very, very hot. And just as I did that, the wind really picked up for her. So I might have to go get something to cover my bare shoulders here. Welcome, Paul, or Imam Paul. Imam. Oh, that's actually probably pronounced Imam Paul. Which way is the parade going? Great question, Queen Dark Lady. I don't know. Time, set, day. I'm assuming towards Holland because that's the direction that in general, like all of the parade floats seem to be going kind of clockwise around here. So this is a previous parade float celebrating our good pal, famous artist. Does anybody know? Does anyone know who this famous artist is we were celebrating? It was Van Gogh. Kindless is not gonna let me let anything sit for a minute. But yeah. Okay. So yes, our Vincent Van Gogh parade. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure you know, meanwhile I'm over here just thinking to myself like what else can I get Kindless to tell me? Like, you know, I'm about to go buy a winning lottery ticket, and of course I know the numbers, but you know, as a fun exercise for the viewer, what are they? Uh-oh. Mahi's says, "Joe, follow me." Mahi's might want to give us a little bit of a tour of the area here. Mahi's, Superstone, and Dahlia set up this whole little Blackwater outpost, which is a gorgeous homage to the western town of Blackwater from Red Dead Redemption. Let's see. Where do we lose Mahi Zero? Yeah, ducking makes your name tag go away. I see you now. Howdy. Old Fishville.
So eventually there will be fish.
Oh, so I was gonna say, did you make a redstone-powered guppy geyser with dispensers?
It's redstone, but not dispensers.
Oh, what do you use? Like pistons or something? What's
I
the
use a
redstone?
piston just to if swap out soulstone with a regular or soul sand with a regular block,
Oh,
so it turns into regular water for a little bit, and then it switches back.
okay. So do they start spawning when it's regular water, and then when you switch it back on?
Correct.
Interesting. Um, so is it just one narrow shaft, or does
Yeah,
it
it's
go
it's
down to
just
a
the one
pool?
narrow shaft.
Okay. Interesting. So you've turned it off, and then how long does it take for the fish to like start spawning in?
Instantly, there's already one down there. The when the piston switches back, it'll pop up.
Okay, so we're gonna teleport Tommy Boy real quick over to Kindless, I guess, because Kindless is the one who asked for it. Ah, so it's not exactly. So it's definitely more of a fish fountain than a guppy geyser.
Yeah, no,
But
it was a concept I came up with and decided to throw it in here for you.
no, it's cute. I've been thinking about like I've got a whole bucket full or a whole chest full of buckets of tropical fish, but that's only 27, right? And I feel like what makes the guppy geyser beautiful is that once it starts, it just runs indefinitely. Like you need so many fish.
Yeah, no, that's why this spot here was the highest point that a lush cave was in the area because we're above a giant lush cave area.
Hmm. Okay, so this is actually pretty shallow in here. Okay. So yeah, I see. Will they only spawn at the bottom, or will they spawn at any Y level?
It has to be in a lush cave biome, so I had to make sure that there was a decent chunk of it in lush cave.
Okay. Okay, so they'll spawn at any Y level inside the lush cave.
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
So now that we've got people in the area like loading the chunk, it starts to fill up.
That's very cool. One thing I had thought about doing was having parallel um like basically you have the shaft with the soul sand at the bottom, but then you have like a bigger pool around it, like so that fish can spawn, and then when they intersect the shaft, they get thrown upward.
Yeah, that'll work too. I was just trying to keep it a little bit more narrow, and because this, I was just playing around.
Yeah. I spend way too much time thinking about ways to rebuild the guppy geyser. Sorry, this is very cool. So for those of y'all just joining us, this is Mahi Zero, one of the three hosts of this outpost district here, known as Blackwater, along with Dahlia and Superstone. This is a area themed after the Blackwater town from Red Dead Redemption. Now, and what we do is each of our outposts here gets a chance to host a different kind of seasonal parade or holiday parade. This week, we are celebrating horses in general and the Kentucky Derby in particular here at the Blackwater Outpost. Folks here have an hour to build. 52 minutes and 46 seconds remain on that clock there. I'm actually really glad about the decision to put this on my watch instead of my phone this time, because now anytime I look at my wrist, I can see the exact time, because the phone was not as good a timekeeper as I was hoping it would be. And I've only done like 15 of these now. Today is Centauratron's birthday too, so it's also a build birthday contest, the birthday build contest for Centauratron. Feliz cumpleaños Sati, feliz cumpleaños Sati, feliz cumpleaños a Centauratron, feliz cumpleaños Sati y muchas más. Alrighty, so let's see. 51 minutes and 58 seconds remain. Oh boy. Oh boy. We've got plenty of time left for everyone to build. We've got some wheels going on the carts here, with Queen Dark Lady getting some wheels and axles in that direction. Over here, Stellar Spider has something in store. Stellar Spider was a last minute entrant. We've got over here Bear and Magenta Avocado working on something. No, Magenta might just be running around. Let's see. Kindleless has one of his other a new redstone creation in progress. Wait, is the name of this wood store Birch Day Suit?
It is.
That's pretty good.
I specifically sell stripped logs.
That's that's great. Wait, is somebody intentionally bringing pillagers in, or was that?
Oh yeah, no, that's Paul B. That's our
Oh,
attendant.
that was one of your shopkeepers or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that music that we heard briefly there part of the Red Dead Redemption game?
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, westerns have seen a bit of a resurgence in the last few years with the rise of HBO's Deadwood, which was so influential that they went on to theme the theme park in Westworld after its layout.
As per your question, Joe, we have 3 songs around the town at the moment.
Okay.
2 of them are from the Red Dead Redemption 2 soundtrack, and 1 is from the movie Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron.
Ooh, that's an oldie but a goodie. For the benefit of the folks at home, can you say who's speaking?
This is Superstone.
That's Superstone, one of the 3 hosts of this outpost. So, 2 songs from Red Dead Redemption, 1 from Spirit Steed of the Cimarron. I haven't actually seen Spirit Steed of the Cimarron since I was like a small child. Does it hold up? I'm assuming you've rewatched it lately in order to get
It
that
came out in
music.
2001. It mostly holds up. The animation definitely looks old. The one problem is that it got horse herd dynamics wrong. But the thing is, Western science had horse herd dynamics wrong back then, so it's not really their fault.
Okay.
But it's definitely informed by some sexist assumptions.
Well, okay, maybe I have not seen it at all then, since I thought I saw it when I was a small child and someone said it came out in 2001. So, yeah. Then maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie with horses.
You might be.
I feel like
The
there were...
soundtrack is by Hans Zimmer, who does a
Ooh,
lot of movie soundtracks,
he did
and
Gladiator.
Mhm.
He did Pirates of the Caribbean.
Interstellar,
Mm-hmm.
and also by Bryan Adams, who I did not think would make a good cowboy, and this is like the only time he ever did cowboy, but he's really good at it.
That's cool. Okay, so do daylight cycle false. Okay, cool. We are now set to keep the time of day going properly. Do. And by properly, I mean I broke time on purpose. But that's what we want during a build contest. So, yay. All right. We've got plenty of folks working hard on their builds. In the early stages, it's hard to tell what they're making exactly. Sometimes I like to speculate. Like this one might be... Right now it looks kind of like stairs, but maybe later it's going to be an escalator. This one over here has some water and some green. So maybe that's a golf course. Let's see. This one over here... I see some gold and some blue. Maybe this is a Pip-Boy from Fallout or something. It's... We're going to have to come back. We got 47 more minutes in the contest, so this could really be anything. But yeah, lots of stuff going on all over here. I'm kind of tempted to do a quick flyby. I know that we just did a big parade float build contest last week, I think, maybe. So some folks might have already seen all of the previous parades, but it is a fun way to fill some time while these folks get their builds underway. And I love to showcase the stuff that some of y'all might have missed. Like for the Yuri's Night build contest over here that Team Shiny hosted, we have all these cool space-themed builds. This one themed after the space race itself. This one, I love the little planet cake pops so much. Like, it just makes me happy. It makes me happy when I see these little planet cake pops. It's such a cool, fun thing. We've got a telescope looking up at a planet. We've got an adequate horse who went to the moon. Oh, and, oh yeah, here's Team Shiny's Serenity, Firefly class ship build. One of the things we tried to do when figuring out where to put the 12 outposts, I asked everybody to provide a theme so that way we could try to blend the themes together, right? So the theme of the one over here, I think, was the Transcontinental Railroad. And there are trains in the show Firefly. So the Transcontinental Railroad kind of went into this whole Firefly theme. And then from the Firefly theme, we go into the more traditional cowboy theme over here at Blackwater, which is one of the few outposts. Well, I guess a couple of them have multiple parallel streets, but it's like a whole cute little neighborhood. Like, this is really, really well done. But yeah, let's just zoom around Blackwater for a second before we resume our tour. But yeah, one of the ideas was that the outposts that would be kind of visible from each other's areas would kind of blend into each other in a relatively logical way. So having our Firefly-themed outpost after the Transcontinental Railroad outpost bleeding into the Blackwater outpost here, it just all kind of happened. Amsterdam was obviously doesn't exactly fit. Europe is traditionally not known as the Old West. It's just part of the West, as folks in other parts of the world call it. But, you know, it does have kind of a... but it's at least like, hey, this is relatively realistic architecture. Although later on, after the initial judging, they went in and added all this wild Starry Night stuff in the background here. But yeah, kind of... I tried to organize something where folks would have to be good neighbors to each other or work together. So part of the judging for the outpost was how the different areas would be bridged. I really particularly like the way that the Shiny Outpost and the Blackwater Outpost, they've got this kind of huge winch elevator thing that like leads down to blend their areas. Because there's this big elevation change here, so that's a good way to do that without losing spaces for parade floats. Every outpost was required to have a big main street, so we could make this continuous loop here for all these different seasonal celebrations. Let's see. I think, let me pull up my dates here. On the 11th of June is when... this is actually technically Team Gamer who went with the Transcontinental Railroad theme. They're going to be hosting the next Parade Float Build Contest on June 11th at 2 p.m. Central. And that's going to be themed for Pride Month. So it's going to be a Pride Parade. And then the week after that, on June 17th, is going to be the Solstice Parade in the SCP Outpost, which is further away. We'll get to them eventually. Anyway... Over here at Team Radical, they did the New Year's Parade, so you got a whole bunch of 2023 floats to ring in the new year. Let's see. We have just so many fun ideas, different ways to celebrate the new year. Champagne, showing the change of seasons. Got some big stuff with the 2023 on it, because, I mean, you can't do the new year without big stuff. I keep coming back to this. Every time I fly by this, I have to say, I love the Minecraft idea of Father Time. Like, there's the frog that represents 2022, and he's hopping away to make room for the tadpole representing 2023. And then there's some eggs representing future years. It's just so fun. So fun. Let's see here. Now, this building is much more corporate. This is still a work in progress. But, wow, they're getting This is like wild how big this is. You give people 3 months to build something, you know, they can really do a lot with it. But yeah, so each outpost had 3 months before the initial judging. Here, oh, I can see the chunks loading in the SCP outpost. The stuff is happening there to prepare for their June 17th solstice parade. The Bobby mod is rendering chunks from a good distance away, but then giving me the new data as I fly close enough here. So I'm not sure what the SCP team is working on in advance of their solstice parade, but that'll be an interesting one. I'm sure a lot of different cultures celebrate the solstice differently, so that'll be a broad selection of floats. Let's see, over here... This one's going to be our last parade of the season, and it's for a Canadian holiday I'm blanking on the exact name of. Iris draws sandwiches. Nope, that's the name of the SCP outpost, or that's the SCP outpost. This is the Earth Kingdom outpost where we had last week's Earth Day parade. Happy Earth Day to you. But yeah, if you're a big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Earth Kingdom, definitely a very just talented portrayal of that setting from the show. And we got a few parade floats celebrating Earth Day itself here. So cute. Hey, Daniel J. McGrail. We're about 21 minutes into the build contest. Things are going pretty well. The first place winners of our outpost building contest was the Oz setting, which you can see loading in the background over there. The Bobby mod just makes it so fun to fly around this and see this stuff popping in. But anyway, over here we had our Mardi Gras parade at Team Lotus's area. And then in the not Kansas area, where we're not in Kansas anymore, we have the Halloween parade with all sorts of ghosts. I think I'm too high up to really show the floats very well. Whoa, having some Minecraft flying around issues here. Mummies, ooh. That's a really interesting way to depict a mummy in Minecraft. Dragons, ghost trains, all sorts of fun stuff. Like, this server, everybody really worked hard to build such cool settings for their parades. Over here, this is Team Redstone's area with a bunch of redstone-generated structures. Our Groundhog Day parade was held here. So we've got several groundhogs. Some other Groundhog Day themed stuff, like the changing of the seasons is something a lot of folks focused on for that. Great use of banners here for these groundhog eyes. Look at this groundhog. It's adorable. Fishbowl. Oh yeah, and this is the bed where if you sleep in it in the overworld, it blows up. It's the opposite of the beds in the Nether. If I try to right click on this to sleep in it, it's gonna be a problem. Gordeline says, has a winner been chosen for the Derby Parade Float build contest? They are still building. They have 37 minutes and 29 seconds remaining. And then we are back here in Amsterdam, home of the Van Gogh Parade. This is made with Minecraft maps. We're also going to have a Minecraft map build contest. Technically, we already have one. It's running for the next 3 months. July 15th is when we're thinking of having the judging for that. So that's going to be... We've got plenty more build contests coming up over the course of the summer. Yeah, Mike, there's actually a whole map museum in here. I was so impressed by this. This is why I decided to hold a 3-month map building contest. Because, like, here's the Pandorica opened that Kindle listed. Dahlia, thank you so much for joining us. Sorry you couldn't stay for the whole time. But yeah, here's some map art by Kindlelist of the Pandorica opens. Over here is Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch. Like, somebody just found time to make this. Map art coming soon. This is something I'm guessing is a something for the upcoming build contest. But yeah, tons of Van Gogh work. Now, I've found that personally, one of the best ways to understand an artist or an engineer better is to attempt to create a model or a reproduction of their work. And so even though this might seem kind of like tedious, if you're an artist and you're really trying to understand like how Van Gogh approached something and pay attention to like each brush stroke, you know, looking at it and breaking it down and building it in Minecraft is a really cool opportunity to do that. Because you get something kind of neat at the end with the model that you created, but you also get the increased understanding and appreciation of the artist. So this was where we had our Van Gogh parade in the Amsterdam outpost. And we are back around. We have gone full circle. The Defiant is actually where we're hosting the map contest. Mantua Maker has built a scale model of the Defiant from Deep Space Nine. The name of this server is Deep Slate 9 because this is our Season 9 Hermitcraft Seed server. Okay, so we have 34 minutes and 43 seconds remain. Folks, if I come to the island with the old fishful geyser, there's an abandoned saloon to check out. Okay, yeah, we can check on that next. I do want to do a quick flyby. So we are not even halfway through our time, and these floats have really come together. Is this a horse track? Do we have several contestants building? I don't even know how to judge this. Okay. I've never seen contestants work together on complementary floats before, but this is really looking... Yeah, we would never coordinate at this scale. Of course not. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm really regretting yeah. I'm regretting not bringing in a third-party judge for this. Oh, that's really interesting. I am very curious to see how that turns. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I had a big day yesterday. Can't disqualify us all. I was gonna say, are there 3 other floats that aren't connected to that thing? 'Cause they might be competing for the top 3 slots. No, I'm just kidding. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I am yeah, I am not sure how I'm gonna judge that. Now I have something. Yeah. Let's go check out the Ghost Tavern, though, that we were invited to earlier. Or the Abandoned Saloon. Abandoned Saloon and Ghost Tavern are basically the same thing, right? That's... yeah. Based on the Scooby-Doo episode, Mind Your Own Business. Ooh. I do like reproductions of things from media. Uh-oh. I don't remember exactly where it was. We probably broke it. Sorry. If that was like hooked up to a redstone thing that was going to do something, I probably destroyed it. Ooh, I like that there's a little piano playing elevated area. That's cool. Look on the counter. Did it give me a spider web for ringing the bell? Oh, okay. Oh, it says sarsaparilla. Oh, that's what happens in the cartoon. Got it. Okay. Okay. I was worried I had knocked the spider web off the wall when I put the bell in or something somehow. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Let's see. Are we getting the bird sounds? The birds are actually out today. Yeah, I've got the windows open. We had to have the windows closed for a few days because of rain. Now I can actually have them open again. Well, it's a little chilly. Incredible Mike says, wow, they went deep into that episode lore. I know, right? I don't know if that's lore. I think that's just plot or a gag. That might just be a gag. Oh, well. Oh, boy. I'm like... Sorry, I'm yawning a lot. I'm like still recovering. We had a 16-round pinball tournament yesterday. Down at Game Galaxy in Smyrna, Tennessee. So that was a big day. Most of the tournaments my daughter and I do are 3 strikes tournaments, and so you play somewhere between like 3 games and 8 games. Unless like you're absolutely killing it, in which case like you and one other person go on to like 12 games or whatever. Like 3 strikes tournaments, usually you play... I usually make it to the 5th or 6th round, sometimes the 8th at best. And 8 rounds of pinball is how many would be in like a traditional match play tournament type thing. But, you know, so a 16-round tournament is kind of a stunt, because it's twice as many rounds, but there's kind of 3 factors that determine how many points go into, or how many points are awarded to the players of a pinball tournament in terms of their world rankings. How many people are playing, how good those people are, and how many games are played. And the benefit of a 3 strikes tournament is it runs pretty quickly and everybody can go home. So like if you're starting your tournament at 7:30 on Wednesday night, everybody has work Thursday morning, you want to do a 3 strikes tournament. Like a Saturday during the day tournament, you can do an 8-round tournament, and then after, so basically you do 8 rounds of qualifiers, then like quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. So you take like the top 16 players, then go to the top 8, then go to the top 4. So you end up playing another 12 games after those 8, but with fewer players, so the rounds run a little shorter. But with a 16-game qualifier, you get more points for your world ranking. But it takes a long time. So we got to the tournament to warm up at noon. The tournament started at 1. I think we got out of the tournament, like, the 16 rounds ended sometime around 7 or 8. So that was 8 hours roughly of pinball. And then at that point, my daughter's like, okay, I want to play all the music games now. So then we hung out for like another hour and a half because she just wanted to play all the cool music games that they had there. And I was like, we came all the way out here. It's fine. Like, I'm going to play some more pinball and try and get some more extra practice in. But yeah, I'm wiped out. So, whew, big day. But she had a great time. I had a great time. It's really nice being able to like do stuff like that together, because when I was a kid, like in most sports that you do, or most things you compete in. You don't compete with your parents or against your parents. Like, so having something that like we can go and play and like, you know, both be in the tournament together instead of just like one of us is spectating. It's kind of cool. Welcome, Real Soji. Glad you could join us. Okay, we have 26 minutes and 17 seconds remain. You know, I realize we've been going this whole time. I forgot to mention we're doing rotational tips today. Sammy Higgins made the fantastic suggestion a while back that when we're doing these Patreon build contests, we should do rotational tips rather than face camera enlargements, so that way you can see what people are working on. I say as I cover what people are working on with a text by accident because I'm not paying attention. Wow. I don't even... I don't even know. I don't even know what to think about this racetrack multi-float contraption. This is wild. But yeah, we've got plenty of time left. 25 minutes, 12 seconds remain. I am curious what this one is back here. It's looking very colorful. Oh! This is the cart from Mario Kart that I drive, I think. I think this is my Mario Kart cart. With the 2 horses. Oh, that's exciting. That's a fun build there. I gotta cover that. Okay, so let me alt-tab out real quick, though. Lakshmi13 writes, "Good luck, everyone!" I don't know if everyone says good luck back, Lakshmi13. But good luck to you and whatever your endeavors are this afternoon as well. I don't remember if these burnt-out buildings were here before, or if those are new. But yeah, fire would be a very big problem in towns like this from back in the day. This is an interesting use of texturing here. It seems to be... I like how the game just zooms in dramatically when I stop flying. It's like, whew. Let me look at this texturing real quick. Whew. Yeah, this is very cool texturing. I like that a lot. I don't know that it makes structural sense, but like it doesn't look bad. It's interesting, and the same thing is done over here. Ah, good luck with your 2-player Mario Odyssey. Are you controlling the cap or Mario? Because when my daughter and I played it, she controlled the cap and I was Mario. But your kids might be a little older and better at video games than she was. Oh boy, when did we play that? She must have been like 8 or something. It was a while ago. Birthday suit. Hey, we got our first tip of the stream rolling in. Let's see who that's from. Incredimike, tipping 15. Thank you so much, Incredimike. Here we go. We're going to roll that camera over 15 degrees now. Do 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 do. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 boom boom boom. Oh, whoops, it was set to top left instead of center. There we go. Now we'll pivot around the center better. Lakshmi13 says that her kid is way better than her at controlling Mario, and so, but the kid expects Lakshmi13 to play Mario so she can improve. Also because it's funny watching Lakshmi13 attempt to go straight. Yeah. I mean, the 3D platformer controls are not as simple as the 2D ones, I'll give you that. Oh boy. Let's see. Yep. Mark is red. Okay. Yep. So anyway, if you're curious about my tournament results, which you probably are not, but just in case that's the sort of thing you're possibly interested in, because we still have 20 minutes and 52 seconds left. Here's a link to that. I ended up getting 46th out of 58 people, which is not terrible. I got first a couple of games. I got first, well, actually I got first on Flash twice. So, not Flash Gordon, but the really old Flash pinball machine. This was a classics tournament. I wonder if I can pull up a picture of that. Flash IPDB. The Williams Flash. Okay, I'm turning that down. Somebody's like grinding metal over there. But yeah, the game is weird. It's like storm themed, like a flash of lightning, and you look like you're like the main character on the back glass looks like he's a mermaid because he has really bright green pants that look like a mermaid tail, but I don't think it's a mermaid game. But yeah, I got first on that, and I got first on Dr. Dude and his excellent Ray. I got second on a few games, Ali, Space Shuttle, and Skateball. Then I had quite a few thirds and fourths. I took a week off practice last week because my kid had standardized testing, and so we couldn't go out late. Because the teachers told the kids that they needed to go to bed early so they could do good on the standardized tests. And I was like, wait, so does that mean I don't get to have any fun either? It's like, well, no, I can have fun. I just got to hire a babysitter. I'm like, so, yeah, taking the week off practicing last week definitely slowed me down. I didn't do too great at the tournaments I went to on Wednesday or Friday night either. The nice thing was on Wednesday that some other people weren't doing too great either, so I still did okay. But like, yeah, the Friday night tournament, I did very poorly. Lakshmi13 says, was I reading the results correctly? Did Corinne do better than you in pinball this past week? Well, yesterday night, I got 46th, and I tied for 46th, and she tied for 49th. But, let's see, the other stuff, like yesterday, the Friday night one, I was out before her in the Four Strikes tournament. And then Wednesday night, I don't think I did particularly well. I think she outlasted me there too. But I don't know. My brain, like, and this is true with all stuff that has like hand-eye coordination contests, like disc golf. I don't really play golf, normal golf, but disc golf is something where, like, if my friends and I do it every week, after a few weeks, I get pretty decent at it. But then if we take like 1 or 2 weeks off, I go back to being the worst again. Like, I'm just, anytime, like, same thing with bowling. Like, my consistency at bowling or disc golf or something is like, I'll go from like, just, I don't know. There's something about, I have to constantly recalibrate my reflexes or something, or my hand-eye coordination to stay good at stuff like that. I used to work at a library one summer break during college that was 2 blocks away from a billiards hall. So every day on my lunch break, I would eat a sandwich as I walked over to the billiards hall, and then it was like something stupidly cheap. It was like 25 cents a game or 50 cents a game because it was a, weekday afternoon, and they make all their money selling beer. So I could go over there and I could just practice playing pool or billiards like for a half hour, on my lunch break every day, and then walk back. And I got pretty good by the end of the summer. But then it was one of those things, like as soon as I stopped practicing like constantly, I go back to like my friends are like, I can't tell if you're pool sharking me because 1 out of every 3 of your shots is stupidly good and the other 2 make it look like you've never held a pool cue in your life. And I'm just like, I'm not pool sharking you. And they're like, well, then how did you do that? And I'm like, the same way I tried to do the other ones. It just, I'm just really inconsistent with stuff like that. If I don't just keep at it. So yeah. I mean, like, I have fun playing pinball either way, and I have fun playing disc golf either way. Golf and billiards are more embarrassing though, because like like when you're rolling constant gutter balls, it's just like in golf, it's just like not where I want to be. But yeah. Like on a certain level, I've accepted that like, yeah, I'm just not going to be able to stay good at all of the things that I enjoy being passable at. But yeah. It does seem like used pinball machine prices are starting to come down again post now that people are starting to travel and stuff. And they aren't just dumping their entire vacation budgets into buying more pinball machines. So it is looking plausible that in the long term I might someday be able to own one or rent one again. But yeah, I can tell that my skills are falling off from not being able to practice as often. Lots of stuff going on all over here. Are they building a village in that one? Okay, wow. 13 minutes and 49 seconds remain. This is definitely one of the most elaborate parade float build contest sets of entries we've ever had. Okay. I saw an inflatable whack-a-mole game the other day at this kid's party. Did I tell you all about that? Oh, I don't have my phone in front of me. I don't think Badger's here. I texted Badger like a YouTube video of it. It was called something like Zap-a-mole. It's like an inflatable portable whack-a-mole. Yeah. Zap-a-mole. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. I wouldn't want one of these myself because it's gigantic. It's $1,600, and like because it's inflatable whack-a-mole, you have to have like a compressor running continuously. But like the idea, yeah, it's so wild. I'm gonna post this in the Air hockey is another one. Air hockey is another game that like if I practice at it a few times a week, I can get pretty competitive. But then as soon as I take a break and I'm not playing it regularly, it's just like womp womp. Terribly bad. I'm trying not to look at this course too closely until they present it to me. But yeah, that's really something. I like that this is A Mario Kart cart where the horses are steering. That's fun. Okay, I probably should let people know when we hit the 10-minute mark. We are at 11 minutes and 24 seconds. And I'm sure I'll see this again in 8 minutes and remember that I meant to tell people that. Womp womp. Okay. Whoops. But yeah. Let's see. Incredible Mike said, I might have acknowledged this, but sorry, I was kind of ranting. Hey, Dr. Dude is fun. Yeah, Dr. Dude is fun. It was like all of the machines in the tournament were set up to be incredibly brutal, like very high incline with ball saves disabled, because if you're trying to run a 16 game qualifier round in a reasonable amount of time, you need every machine set to play fast. The one game that was consistently not playing as fast as all the others was Bond 60th edition. So this was a classics tournament, and so all of the games were either score reel games or like the I forget what you call that, like 7-segment display games, where the numbers are like digital numbers or whatever on a 7-segment display. And the odd man out, though, was the recent Keith Elwin James Bond 60th anniversary limited edition game, which came out in the last year. Technically has score reels on it. So, and also Jason Wilson, who owns the arcade, spent a stupid amount of money on this thing. These limited edition Bond games were very expensive. And so I don't blame him for wanting to have it in the tournament, because you get something like that and you want people to play it. But the average ball time on the Bond 60th was so much higher than every other game. Usually, so there were about 60 people there, so we would be running 15, no, 4. Yeah, I think we would be running 14 or 15 matches. I guess 15 matches simultaneously. And usually the second to last match would be done 5 minutes before the Bond 60th match. Although I love that Bond 60th. It is so fun to play. I know they're kind of rare, but if y'all get a chance, if you see one in the wild at a location near you and get a chance to play it, I really recommend it. Keith Elwin did a great job with that. Incredible Mike says I've never played one. I'm not surprised, Incredible Mike. They're new and they're rare. Like, I think it's only been around for like maybe a month and a half. Let me see what the release date was. The reveal date was January 3rd, but I think they only came out, like, they started shipping them in like March. And yeah. So the thing is, it's a brand new machine, but it's designed with a classic feel to it. It's got score reels in it, which is the numbers that spin, and I missed the 10-minute mark. It's 7 minutes and 30 seconds remain. Dang it. I even said I'm gonna notice it when we get to 8 minutes. I didn't even catch it at 8 minutes. I caught it at 7.5. Welcome, Gusty Gale. Glad you could join us. We're doing a parade float build contest here in the Blackwater District, home of the Dal Pals, Dahlia, Superstone, and Mahi Zero. We have a very elaborate multi-entrant parade float here in the middle. This is unlike anything I've ever seen in these contests. I'm trying not to look too hard at it until the folks justify it. But I do need to have the camera pointed at something, so we're going to just kind of zoom around a little bit more. Showcasing the Blackwater Outpost here. One of our 12 outposts in this ring. Welcome, Shalom. Glad you could join us. Amsterdam is over that way. And then we've got Team Shiny's Firefly-themed outpost out here. Take my love, take my land, take me where I cannot stand. I don't care, I'm still free. You can't take the sky from me. I will say, one thing I... Like, looking at this Blackwater Outpost here, themed off Red Dead Redemption 2, really makes me regret one build I've always wanted to do on Hermitcraft, but haven't, is I've wanted to do the town of Deadwood from the HBO show Deadwood, but similar to how I've been criticized for making the Hermits Helping Hermits theme a parody of the True Detective theme song, which famously True Detective is not a show for children. It's like, yeah, Joe, you can build the Deadwood set, but nobody's going to know what it is. It's like, but I'll know. It's fine. But yeah, I'm really tempted for Season 10 to have my house be the Taskmaster house. I'm really liking Taskmaster. Season 10 of Hermitcraft probably won't start until early 2024. We have been having some talks about the TCG and Decked Out too, and like how much time we need to give them. And my pinball machine, I would also like to have time to finish, but that's not like a community concern in the same way. But yeah, I'm already like working on my list of what are fun things I want to do now that I can't do now because I got to work on my real projects. And building the Taskmaster house is definitely going on that list. Excuse me. 4 minutes. Dang it. I spelled both of those. I wrote 2 words and I spelled them both wrong. It's been a day, Joe, says Donnie Matrix. I know, right? Three and a half minutes remain. Okay, I guess I can turn up the bird sounds now that whoever was creaking a metal thing has stopped. Three minutes exactly. Whew. Here we go. I like that this horse has an army inside of it. And based on the dark coloring of the wood, I'm going to assume this is a reference to the pivotal work, Bruce Campbell versus the Army of Darkness. But we'll have to see. We'll have to talk to whoever actually built it later and find out. Somebody's shooting a lot of fireworks off. Where is that? Oh, it's that person. Okay. 2 men. 2 minutes remain. Yep. /give at a birch signs /give glow ink. Okay. 1 minute 30 remains, and then we're gonna start building, or we're gonna start visiting each of our floats in turn and finding out what folks built. 1 minute 15. I need to type out 1 minute remains so I can press enter when it actually 1 minute exclamation point 3 2 1 1 minute 1 minute. I typed it wrong. I typed it in advance. I still typed it. It's fine. It's fine. Oh well. Uh, 22, 21, 20 seconds. Hard luck's done. 10. 5. Done. Okay, everyone, pencils down. Pencils down. Let's go visit our contestants. Is there a sign out front? This one isn't done. This one isn't done. There's no sign. Where's the sign? Bear, you gonna tell us what this is? Is this Queen Dark Ladies? Whose is this? Come on. Come on. Can I build a liberty? I think we all need to construct our own freedoms. But great question, Aesop. Thank you. Okay, so this was Hard Luck's Prancer, presumably constructed by the two Hard Lucks, Mr. Hard Luck and Queen Dark Lady. Which one of you will be telling us about the build?
I will be telling you about the build.
Awesome. So, Queen Dark Lady, what are we looking at here?
Well, so I know that Dahlia was made it very clear that you know, the Kentucky Derby is not the most ethical thing for horses to be involved in. So I decided instead of having horses pull the cart, the horses would in fact ride in the cart.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kentucky Derby is a race. I wanted a horse-themed cart to go with it, you know, for racing. And so I picked the Prancer cart from Mario Kart. And if we come around back here,
Mm-hmm.
and Hard Luck flicks the lever, please. Hard Luck, flick the lever. You can see we get the boost spark out the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I missed a piece of redstone. This should be also flames coming out of the tailpipes, but that's fine. You could go ahead and turn that off, Hard Luck.
Very cool.
But yeah, so that's our build.
Very cool. Well, I will say there's a few things I like about this in particular. One, the Prancer is one of my favorite carts to drive in Mario Kart. Not for the statistics, but because I think it looks very silly in an obnoxious way. And so, yeah, I love the idea of seeing this thing rolling down the street in a parade with the horses going up and down, comparable to the Prancer in Mario Kart. I like that even though this is not a parade that's limited to Kentucky Derby stuff, anything horse-related is acceptable, you do have horses and racing with the Mario Kart element. So I like that too. This is absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Queen Dark Lady and Mr. Hard Luck.
I have fixed the redstone, so this should put sparks out the tailpipes as well.
Okay. Well, that was after time, so that is actually very visually cool. But
to be fair, it was in place before time, but I didn't want to waste the rockets while doing other testing, so I had to take it out of place and put it back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll keep that in mind. Let's see what we've got next here. It is the Greeks dedicate this offering to Athena by Stellar Spider. Oh, I love Athena. We've got a sculpture of Athena in our Parthenon here in Nashville. Well, tell us about this. Tell us about this beautiful offering here, Stellar. In text or
I spent about 3 weeks trying to figure out what I wanted to do, even if I wanted to like participate.
mhm.
And then 20 minutes before the parade started, I was looking through my supplies over in Holland.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I could bake something with wood.
Yeah.
A wooden horse, the Trojan horse. So that's what.
Oh, that's what it is. Gotcha.
With one important addition for parades is they do have a toilet in the back.
Oh, that is important. Yeah, that's a requirement for Mardi Gras parade floats if you have this many people on them. That actually is a really cool element, though. Not the toilet, but the idea of you've got your Trojan horse here, and having flaps or something that opens up, and then they throw candy and stuff out. Obviously, this just has the big open part, but yeah, it would be very cool to see something like this rolling down a street at you. So thank you very much, Stellar Spider. Then let's see. This next one is Bear33. Bear, tell me, what is this?
Hello, Joe.
Hello.
You're hearing me well?
I am hearing you fine. Thank you.
Okay, so as you figured out, we did a little track with Kinless, That Tommy Boy, and Dottie. But these are all like separated floats, right? So they should be judged accordingly.
Okay.
So the only thing we figured out was the height and if like a float needed to be like a U-turn or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, my thought process in this was that I wanted to bring the Badlands to the float, right? Because I figured it's a place that the horses are like can hang out a lot, and it's like Western a bit too, and that was my thought, and so I want to point out that I put like all the cactus and the little shrubs in potlands, so they get protected, and like since it's a float, right, so they're like more protected, and it also helps to not kill the horses that will go by then. And yeah, that's it for me.
Very cool. I like the level of detail overall with the I guess what you call the undercarriage here and the wheels in addition. Like, yeah, the Badlands definitely gives me a feel like it reminds me of like old westerns and stuff like that. And
Exactly.
and horses. It's very evocative, I think is the best word I could think
Exactly,
of for this. So thank you so much, Bear. I don't have any questions. Let's see who's next. This is Kindless. Kindless, what are we looking at here?
Hello, Joe. We're looking at the start line for a race.
Okay.
And some note block music if you have your sounds enabled.
I do.
Okay, I'll hit play. And then for this one, I was doing a 2-lane strip of the track, so I just did whatever I wanted to make it interesting.
Very cool. I see you've got a water drop at the end here. Which, wow, this is definitely something. Huh. I'm not sure I've ever seen a horse race where they go up ramps like this. I've seen something similar to this in go-kart tracks for sure.
You can pretend we're using motorcycles and not just,
Oh yeah. No, I'm
like all the time, like they do in real life.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to like, I'm not gonna dock you points for it or anything. I'm just like, I'm trying to imagine, like, is there something like this that I just don't know like, oh, no, Joe, the French word for that is this. They actually do those, like, if you went down to Shelbyville, Tennessee for the horse event, like, they have a bunch. Wait, did you fall through the snow?
Yeah, there's a trap there.
Yeah, I found it. Oh, that's. No, I was just more trying to figure out, like, oh, is this real? Can I go see one of these? But probably not. I feel the water at the end is definitely not real. But yeah, I don't know.
If I ever find a real version of this, I will send you invites.
Okay. Very, very cool. Gusty Gale says, I could imagine Shetland ponies at a circus doing a track like this. Yeah. Somebody says, is Kindless wearing a Mumbo skin? I don't know. Are you?
No, I'm wearing a skin I built myself. Just all suits look the same when you start with a suit.
Yeah, there's only so many suits you can make in Minecraft. Mumbo wears a Kindless skin. So Incredimike says, wait, you assembled all this in an hour, the note blocks alone, and then Victicadrus 1100 says the note blocks alone would take me a whole day. So let's see. I'm assuming that you put some serious prep time into this. Could you give me a ballpark on how long you spent designing this before implementing it here?
About 2 hours.
Wow.
The biggest challenge was just taking the note block song that Dottie made for me and figuring out how to compact it into the space of the parade.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was just making sure the redstone lined up and didn't cross like wire or anything.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Well, thank you very much to Kindless. Let's see who's next. Tommy Boy, Trojan Horse Course. So we have a second Trojan horse. Hey, Tommy.
So I also have a Trojan horse. I didn't think I was going to be original with that design. However, you do get to enter the horse yourself, and I think that's pretty neat. You can join the soldiers, and eventually when you make your way back around to my side of the float, because it does loop around like a proper horse track, you get to come and siege the city of Troy on horseback.
Interesting.
And it does eventually connect back through towards Kindless's.
Can horses fit in the space you've got here?
They sure can.
Huh.
There is an alternative route on that half of the float as well. And I also wanted to point out first of all, my donkey's running away. It's part of the float. It's named Regret after the 1915 winner of the Kentucky Horse Derby. She was the first filly to win, so I've named my donkey after that winner.
Ah. Wow. This is very cool. I like the interpretation of the Trojan horse where you just go straight into its mouth. I've never seen a Trojan horse where you just go in the mouth before.
I'm going to be honest, Joe. I had to resist the temptation to make the exit a rear end.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Yeah, you just kind of halved. It was like, oh, ran out of space. Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, that was definitely the reason. Not at all that I couldn't figure out how to make a horse butt.
Okay. I do like that you've also got windows on the side here.
So you can see the people as they go down in the parade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from this side it would be hard. What is up with does this building extend into the parade route?
Oh, no, that's just part of the original build of Blackwater.
No, that's what I'm saying is, so does the Birchday Suit building extend into the route?
Not intentionally. It just so happens to be there.
Gotcha. Because I was going to say, you also clearly would have, like, torn out the front of this building driving past it. Like, but I think you're technically within the route, so I think it's just more that the building was constructed. I don't think this building was here when I originally evaluated the route. Because I feel like I would have noticed if it was too narrow. But okay, no, that's fine. Sorry, I'm easily distracted. Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much, Tommy. Yeah, the facade definitely sticks out further than intended values. It's too late to disqualify you in the Outpost build contest now.
I'm sorry, your birthday suit is too big.
Yeah. Let's see. Dottie's first turn without a pun. So, Dottie, what are we looking at here? Dottie, gonna join us in text chat? I see you're muted in Discord, Dottie.
That would do it. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you fine.
Excellent. Okay, so this is the first turn of the racetrack that we totally didn't collaborate on. Nope, not at all.
Clearly.
So when I think of horse racing, I tend to think of a place that's closer to me geographically than Churchill Downs is, Saratoga Springs, New York, a town known for its horse racing and for its natural mineral springs. So for the decoration for my build, I wanted to use a lot more of neutral tone water-themed blocks. So I've got some dead coral that's working as the scaffolding to hold it up. I've got dripstone underneath, and there's water at the bottom. I've also got a big horseshoe here that has the big rose blanket thing that the winner gets at the Kentucky Derby to try to tie it back into the Derby.
Interesting.
And signs over on the side here that say "Run for Roses," since the Derby is known as the Run for the Roses.
Very, very cool. Yeah, so I was wondering what this Stargate thing is, but now that you've said it's a horseshoe, that's really obvious. Very cool. Thank you so much, Dottie. And then we have one more build left back here. Let's see who it is. Mantua Maker, what are we looking at here? And Centauratron as well, looks like. Centauratron says, so, my idea was to take the horse part of the Kentucky Derby and go in the direction of the origin of horses, according to Greek mythology. So, this float represents Poseidon's creation of the horse from the sea foam. And like the Van Gogh parade, I themed my robes for the contest, this time after the blanket of roses from the Derby. Oh, where can I find that? Where are you at? I don't actually know where you are. I have on top of the balloons. Ah, very, very thematic. Nice. Nice, okay. Well, this is, so there are hot air balloon races, too, as part of the Kentucky Derby. There's steamboat races, hot air, or paddle boat races, or whatever. What do you call those? Riverboat? Yeah, riverboat races. Hot air balloon races and horse races. The horse races are the most famous, but that is definitely a horse emerging from the sea foam. Centauratron says the balloons were just meant to be since it takes place on my birthday. Well, now I can't give you points for the hot air balloon element, I guess. I don't know. You're talking yourself out of points there, Centauratron. Mighty Poseidon looks a lot like Corrales. Right, Dave USPS. I don't know. I don't see it. But I do like the element of the leads connecting the balloons there. Has anyone ever seen Poseidon and Corrales in the same room? Corrales and Poseidon. Oh my gosh. Oh. My brain is going to be fried for a little bit. Yesterday was a big day. Okay. Okay. These are all I was going to say fantastic, but then I started saying Mantua Maker. These are all fantastic designs. Mantua Maker writes, I helped with the texturing. The design of this was all Centauratron. Yeah. Very, very cool, Centauratron and Mantua Maker. Kindle says, who wants to race during the judging? Yeah, I guess I can set up the camera here so you can see the course. What's the optimal angle for that? Probably something like this during the judging. Okay. Do I have any Kentucky Derby themed music? Also, can I see the finish line from there? I need to be able to see the finish line, I guess, for this to be good for the viewers. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play... We don't need to play songs because I got the note block songs. Okay, fine. No songs. I'm not going to play any music. I'm just going to mute myself so I can mutter quietly while I judge. Time skip. Okay. So we are back. Let's go ahead and take down that text. We have a lot of really, really fantastic submissions here today. Just all around, quite the brilliant field here. I am just really impressed by what y'all did with this 4 float thing here in the middle. It makes it challenging to judge. So I'm just gonna roll in though, and I'm gonna say that we're gonna start with 3rd place. We had 3 different allusions to Greek mythology today. But the Poseidon sea foam one I particularly liked for its integration of the Kentucky Derby elements of we've got the water from the paddle boat races, the horses from the horse races, and the balloons from the balloon races. And apparently Centauratron did not know that that was a thing, but I still thought this objectively really captured the 3 biggest races of the Kentucky Derby week in a really brilliant way. And then he's got a 3-pronged fork here as well with the string attached to the balloon. Like that, you got the 3 big races from Derby week. You've got a thematic excuse to have a 3-tined fork. And then you have some cool Minecraft dynamics used to tie the balloon together with the, presumably there's chickens or something up in here. Yeah, chickens, you can hear them. Like, so you got the horse in the front galloping. It's a really great effort by Mantua Maker and Centauratron. And so accidental synergy is still synergy, as Loopy writes. I know, right? It's... I'm particularly fond of this one. Like, if you saw this coming down the street at you, like, I could really see this. Like, I mean, it would be hard to balance this properly in a real float. They would have to have like support beams or something. But like, it's got kind of a cartoonishness about it too that feels like a parade float in a very real way. So we're gonna go ahead and /give. Centauratron, 16 lights and 16 netherites. And you can share these with Mantua Maker. But yeah, this is... I know that this is not... Once again, we're not restricting the applications to Kentucky Derby based stuff, but yeah, very, very cool there, Centauratron and Mantua Maker. Congratulations. we have a bunch of really amazing floats here. I gotta say, once again, picking things that really personally I love, like things that bring me joy, because that's what the thing is. Like, part of the fun of being in a parade is you're like, you have a baseline where you're hanging out by the side of the road with your friends and your family, having a good time, and then something just like bonkers drives past, and you're just like, what? I was already having a good time, but now I'm positively delighted. This cart from Mario Kart, the Prancer, is just one of the most delightful, fun things in all of Mario Kart, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if the Hardlux knew that, because I mentioned that during a Mario Kart stream, but like, in terms of like something that just I see it and it makes me happy. This creates a lot of joy when I see it. The sparks coming out of the wheels were a definite touch. I did not consider the flames though, because once again they weren't working. But yeah, at the time. But yeah, the sparks and stuff. This is very well thought through. It's the sort of thing I'd love to see this as a real parade float. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give Queen Dark Lady, since you were the spokesperson. Queen Dark Lady, 32 netherite blocks and 32 lights. Okay. And it's really hard to justify why I'm picking one of these four and not the others. Like, you know, there's just little things that, you know, I kind of saw, like when I imagine this coming down the street toward me, right? This back wall here, Tommy, there's nowhere for people to throw candy and stuff out of. So it's like, oof, oof. Whereas on this side, it has the opposite problem. This is or not opposite problem, but it's like the opposite. Like, this side over here is so brilliant. Like, one of the real challenges of good parade float design is being able to make sure that you can shower both sides of the street with attention. But like, yeah, like this is gorgeous. It's so many amazing things that folks brought here today. Tommy says, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I made this for me. I know, Tommy. I know. But yeah, all of these absolutely beautiful. The way they come together is just fantastic. At the end of the day, though, I gotta say, Kindless getting the song done in time, as well as I really, like, I don't know, there's just something fun about these stairs. Like, I know a lot of times I'm like, oh yeah, the more plausible something is, like, the more I can imagine seeing it in real life. Like, it touches, like, my heart, seeing something like the Prancer or the Poseidon. But, like, this is so ludicrous that it's blown right back around. Where that's why I was asking, like, do they make this in real life? Because I'm just trying to imagine what this would be like in real life. And I'm like, I can't, like it's, but yeah, the color scheme is fantastic. The music was great. And it's, you know, also, you've got the starting and the finish line for the course, which obviously not all four of you could have. But, like, when you think about horse racing, the start and the end of the matches, or the races are like such emotional moments for the viewers. Like, yeah, just, so you have the most boring straightaway capturing the most powerful emotional moments. And there's just something about the contrast there that appeals to me. I like it. I think it's good. You know, you knew you had something good going on with everything else here, so then you're just like, simple. And it works. I feel like the whole thing works. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give Kindless 64 lights. and 64 blocks of netherite. And as always, these prizes you can do with as you wish. Feel free to wreck the economy any way you like. Because this is basically a survival server except for the random stuff I give everybody. Tiny Matrix says, yeah, you didn't get disqualified. Dottie Matrix says, for what it's worth, the idea to join forces was Kindleis's idea. You know, I didn't know that, but I did suspect it. Queen Dark Lady says, I will absolutely sell my lights to somebody. But yeah, y'all, thank you for finding new and challenging ways to surprise me. Because, yeah, you know, like this was a very, very strong field all around. Like, I really want to say, like, everybody here who showed up and built something, like, just absolutely amazing. No disqualifications today. Yeah, I know, right? So, yeah. Stellar Spider says, so if I built Troy 2, I would have won. Honestly, I really liked your Stellar Spider. I was looking at that when you were starting on it, and I was just like, I don't know how anybody's going to beat that. Like, this was a really tough field, okay? This was a really tough field all around. Just everybody here showed up and built something really cool. So, yep. Thank y'all so much for coming out and joining me and joining us for this build contest. I should probably link the Patreon sign up. $10 a month gets you on this Patreon server. $5 a month gets you Discord access. Let's see, what else are we going to do? We need to go ahead and mention... I do have a show tonight. Tomorrow, and then I've got another show. I've got a show at 8:30 tonight, U.S. Central Time, playing Hermitcraft. Another Hermitcraft show at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. I might be... So tomorrow is May Day, which is like a big holiday in some parts of the world. And there's a small thing going on in Nashville. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get tickets for it, that I might be taking my kid to. So I might not be streaming tomorrow night yet. I don't know. It'll depend on whether or not I've already missed my chance to take my kid somewhere fun. But then again, we spent the whole weekend doing fun stuff. We played so much pinball. And I've actually got to go take her somewhere else now. So, yeah. Let's raid somebody so that we can go enjoy ourselves. Let's see, who is streaming? It looks like Emerald Storm is fighting the dragon in Minecraft. Why don't we go ahead and raid M? Wait, no, it's a BRB screen. Really? I don't want to raid somebody who's AFK, because then, like, you know, if they're going to be 15 minutes and then they come back, they're going to be mad they missed it. Dang it. Okay, well, we'll catch him another time. Looks like Zombie Cleo is playing Minecraft. Doing some statue work / raid.
That doesn't look right. Give me the popcorn.
That's
I don't
Cleo.
actually...
That's Cleo's voice. I'm not supposed to be able to hear that. I muted it again. Okay, so we're going to raid Cleo instead. When you get over there, our raid message is, howdy y'all, Joe Hills right here. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Stop streaming.